Let's talk for a moment about Derrick Rose. At this point, it's unlikely he'll ever return to his MVP.
Our broadcast tonight coming to you from New York City, amid all the hustle and bustle of the streets of Manhattan. All eyes are on the Eastern Conference in this game as the New York Knicks play this one at home. Glad to have you with us for more NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. And David Aldridge will be on our sideline tonight reporting. And before we get underway here, let's check over with David Aldridge, who was able to talk with head coach Jeff Hornacek.
Well, guys, when I asked him what impressed him the most about today's opponent, he immediately referred to the explosiveness on their offense. He said they have so many different ways to hurt you that it's impossible to take away everything. It's just about damage control. And he acknowledged they've got a big job to do defensively. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. One thing you notice, Doris, both these teams very strong on the backboard.
And that's about effort, right? There's got to be a willingness to mix it up physically, to be able to work hard. And you see teams that are not afraid to scrap and claw. Hey, that's how I played.
I love rebound. You did play that way, that's right. But you love rebounders, don't you?
I do, because I think it takes commitment. You've got to continue to work. You know, bodies are flying around in there. It's not for the faint of heart.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. And so in the game for the Pacers, George and Young are the forwards. Teague out there with Robinson, and it's Turner in at the center. So he gets the whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. Well, for the Pacers last season, they trade Roy Hibbert to the Los Angeles Lakers. David West took far less money, Greg, to leave town. You worried about their front court and that it would be in shambles?
Yeah, and instead, rookie Miles Turner showed himself to be a steal as a shot-blocking, perimeter shooting big, and it was a best-case scenario. If they could build on that, I think they have a chance to be one of the contenders in that Eastern Conference.
He doesn't get the second one. Here's New York. Anthony with it. George picks him up. The drive by Anthony, and that one goes long. New York on D. And Young kicks to T. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Young against Porzingis. 6 on the shot clock. Here's George. It's rebounded by Porzingis.
He can be a dominant, intimidating threat, but the defense stood tall.
To the paint. It's stolen by Anthony. Right side Porzingis from 18 feet away. Misses off the right iron.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Outside T. It's stolen by Rose. 4-on-3 break. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. To the inside. Anthony, the pass to Noah. New York, no good that time either.
Looked like it might drop for him, and you know, that has to frustrate him just a bit. That's one of his favorite spots on the floor.
The Knicks have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Lee against Robinson. Lee goes in, and it's sent back by George. Rose kicks to Lee. Here's Porzingis. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
They needed that. Just 1 for 5 to start this ball game.
On defense, the Knicks. T kicks to Young. Another miss by Young. The Knicks have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Lee outside. Rose dishes to Noah. George against Anthony. Nothing that time. He's 0 for 2.
And you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
Yeah, he's reliable on defense. Doesn't allow a shooter any separation to get comfortable.
And here is Lee. After the three-pointer from Jeff Teague, steps back and fires. Buries the jump shot.
You know, you'd be hard-pressed to find many players in the league that are as strong in the mid-range as Melo.
And Teague, here we go. That one off the back iron and out.
Well, this is the epitome of a cold start. Just 1 for 5.
Porzingis sets the pick for Anthony. Lee against Robinson. Here's Porzingis. It's rebounded by Indiana. For 3. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
He can be a weapon if he gets going early from long range.
Which is exactly why they need to defend him tightly here early on. They can't let this guy get rolling.
Now here's Anthony. He dishes it to Rose. Porzingis with a screen on Teague. And it's Rose missing. Pacers leading by 3. Teague the pass to Young. He feeds it to George. No good from outside. Knicks shooting in the early going here. Pretty dreadful, 22%. Lee kicks to Rose. Pass to Anthony. And it's going to be a 3-second call. The Pacers have gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. The 3 from George. George missing again. Knicks trail by 3. Anthony dishes to Rose. He kicks to Lee. Anthony against George. Anthony, the pass to Rose. That one falls, coming off Anthony's feet. Rose has got his first points of the game.
You know, you love your star players making others better, and Melo with the vision there.
And Turner kicks to T. Dives for it, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rose.
Oh, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Amazing. The quickness, the eye-hand coordination of these guys, extraordinary.
Here is Robinson. Outside, George. Clock at 6. Young sets a screen for George. Anthony against George. And finished off by Noah.
So much attention drawn by Melo, able to create the opportunity for his teammate. You know, one thing about Melo that goes overlooked so often is just how aware he is on the offensive end. He does a great job with positioning and finds space on his own. There's such a natural feel for the flow of the game that he has that few others share.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah. And we felt it. Even over here, we felt it. Robinson goes in, and it's good for 2. Robinson's got 5 now. The Knicks with the lead. And that aspect that Melo has to know exactly where everyone is on the floor, Doris, that's something that you just can't teach.
Oh, Kevin, you're 100% right. You can't teach it. And it's a skill that makes life so much easier on the offensive end. You know, it allows Melo to see all the angles of the play before it happens, knowing exactly where to put a pass or when his teammate will pop open. You know, and it's all those little things that go into making him such a great scorer for so much of his career.
Now Robinson, following the three-point attempt by Derrick Rose. Turner. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. And an impressive rookie season for Miles Turner, Greg. A bit of a slow start after requiring thumb surgery, but once he got out on the floor, he gave signs that he can be the Pacers' pivot of the future.
A millennial big man.
Yes.
Really, he's got the shot blocking and the ability to shoot it deep. Those kinds of players are really rare. Big time upside. They did very well for themselves with that number 11 pick.
All 3 throws good from Turner.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
And so New York calls timeout. They're first. And defense, such a huge part of winning in the NBA. All championship teams, all championship players have it. Doris, which players do you think are the best of the best on the defensive end of the floor?
Well, I think DeAndre Jordan has got to be considered in terms of his ability to protect the rim. The Clippers changed their defensive coverages this year, and they allow him to be at the rim a little bit more, which as a driver, you're sitting there thinking, boy, I don't want to meet DeAndre at the rim. I think you have to look at an underrated guy because of his versatility and ability to guard guys like LeBron James, Kevin Durant, series after series. That would be Andre Iguodala. Unbelievable strength, terrific hands, physicality in terms of his frame to be able to absorb contact. Those are the two guys to me, different positions, but really huge factors.
Great way to put it. Robinson kicks to T. No good on the three.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Here's Lee from 12 feet out. He can't hit that time. Excellent D that time from Robinson. And George kicks to T. Young outside. Turner with the screen. Inside. And two free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. That one is off. Indiana making some changes. Jefferson's checked in for Young. C.J. Miles comes in for George. And Brooks subbed in for Glenn Robinson III. Good on the second free throw. New York trailing. Outside Jennings. Screen by Porzingis. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. Porzingis has got his second bucket.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Now Miles. Turner with the screen. Deep 2 from Brooks. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
No, and it looked like he got a bit ahead of himself and just couldn't pull back.
Count that one.
Just so fluid on all his shots. No hesitation from Melo on the catch and shoot.
Outside Teague. The dish to Brooks. Screen by Jefferson. Brooks the best to Jefferson. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And guys, as we know, New York has gone through some tough times in the past. The question now is New York City still a destination free agents hope to be a part of? Listen, the lure of the city certainly should be a factor. The other part, this is a storied franchise.
First free throw is good. And it just seems like the big markets don't have quite the same advantage they used to, Doris, in attracting free agents, wouldn't you say?
Oh, Kevin, I don't think you're more right. You could be more right. I think when the dollar signs are equal, winning becomes the biggest draw. And that's tough for a team like the Knicks that's trying to claw their way back into the upper echelon.
And he makes the first but misses the second.
And one of the more aggressive teams in the league this past offseason, looking to adjust their roster, the Indiana Pacers. I mean, the trade for Jeff Teague, another for Thaddeus Young, the signing of Al Jefferson. It's going to be interesting to see how all these new players gel in Nate McMillan's system. And the lead goes right back. What a seesaw affair we've got going on.
I'd say, what a battle. Neither team giving an inch. The lead changing hands back and forth.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
You know, that's just the power and strength from Anthony, able to take the hit and still play through it.
And Jeff Teague of Atlanta and now of Indiana, more of a playmaking point guard. That's something the Pacers have lacked for a long time, G.A.
Yeah, and he's a guy who looks to push the ball aggressively in transition, and that's something, as you mentioned, the Pacers have been trying to do. Thaddeus Young, another player who fits that mold. Jefferson, more of a half court, but I think he gives them a nice option there with that second unit.
Now here's Brooks. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
And good defense there to play up and get a hand in the face.
Oh, the confidence he exudes, the toughness. He just gets inside shooters' heads.
Outside Jennings, and O'Quinn kicks to Holiday. Anthony dishes to O'Quinn. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Anthony's got 3 assists in the game.
The defense has nothing for that. O'Quinn using that upper body strength to clear space to the bucket.
Now here's Teague. Here's Jefferson. It's hauled in by Thomas. Thomas got his 3rd rebound on the night. And Holiday kicks to Jennings. There's the pass to Carmelo. To the middle. Shoots from 12. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Now it's a 5-point Knicks lead.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
They set the pick. Jefferson passing to Teague. Screen by Jefferson. Teague dishes to Jefferson. And once again off the mark by Indiana.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Holiday with it. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Anthony kicks to Thomas. 6 on the shot clock. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Brooks outside. Here's Jefferson. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
Just the rise and fire. He takes advantage of his size to come into the mid-range and make a jumper.
Holiday, the pass to Anthony. Down low, the kick out to Holiday. Outside Anthony. Lets it fly. Al Jefferson grabs the miss.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Teague dishes to Brooks. Jennings with the steal. And Holiday kicks to Anthony. Holiday, the pass to Anthony. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
You know, Carmelo has had success playing at that power forward or the, quote, skill 4 role. It certainly fits the direction this league is trending.
And Doris Carmelo playing the 4. He can really pick apart those bigger, slower defenders on the perimeter.
Yeah, you know, I think he's been a little bit, Kevin, hesitant to absorb that wear and tear inside. With some of the knee and the back issues he's dealt with, you can absolutely understand why. Boy, you can look back on the storied history of the New York Knickerbockers. A lot of huge moments for the franchise. I guess if I'd have to pick 1 or 2 moments that define my memories, Willis Reed certainly coming out of the tunnel. That's something you hear from generation to generation. And then obviously the drafting of Patrick Ewing.
And we know the Knicks won the very first ever draft lottery back in 1985. They selected Patrick Ewing. What a huge moment for that franchise.
Oh, Kevin, it was one of those years where you had a surefire #1 pick. Ewing went on to play 15 years with the Knicks, 11 times reaching the All-Star game. Never did win the breakthrough title, however.
Now Jennings. Jeff Teague missing from long range. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
You know, great scorers just have that knack. Get inside, it's either a bucket or a trip to the free throw line.
The next hip shot, 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight. The first free throw is good. Both good from the line that time.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Jennings against Brooks. They set the pick. George, that's a two-pointer, and it doesn't even draw iron. And that concludes the first quarter of play. It's the Knicks as they wrap up the first quarter with a massive 16-6 run. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. Well, we know what Derrick Rose has been through, the injuries, the expectations. And we asked him how he's dealing with all of it.
I got a clear mind when I play. I can't think about the past. I can't think about if I'm going to hurt myself, if I move the wrong way. When I'm out there, I have a free mind. I have no expectations on myself. I just know that I prepare myself well. There's no pressure.
And Rose says no pressure, but I have to feel like there's at least a little bit, guys, of pressure to get back to where he was.
Yeah, I mean, league MVP in 11, once considered a cornerstone for the NBA's youth movement. Hey, with a little more luck, he may still be that.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And guys, what's your take on the Knicks so far?
Defense paying huge dividends for them through the first.
You know, this is a savvy group. They know when to body up and play physical and when to back off.
On the court for Indiana, Young and Turner up front. Robinson is out there with Brooks, and it's George in at the small forward.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Rose passes to Porzingis. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's on Thaddeus Young.
You know, Kristaps Porzingis is an impressive athlete with perimeter skills, and at 7'2". I know his build has been slender, and that's a bit of a concern, but he's staying in the weight room trying to fill that frame out.
The Knicks shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. And he can't get the first one. And you heard some in the Knicks front office say that Porzingis might actually be too tall in the NBA game. Not often, Doris, you hear that.
No, for sure. I mean, there were some who wondered if his core strength might never enable him to hold position inside. But you know the Zen Master. Come on. I think that was classic reverse psychology. Setting out the challenge and making KP work to prove him wrong.
And he sinks the second. And so many former players do go into broadcasting after their playing days. And Doris, when did you know that was a possibility for you?
Oh, I fell into this business, Kevin. Make no mistake, because I'll tell you, I had it all going on in college. Bad hair, bad clothes, bad teeth, you name it. Only thing I cared about in college was whether my jumper could match my dribble drive.
But you made the great transformation.
I'll tell you, I fell into it. I left coaching at Providence, and they put their games on radio and said, hey, why don't you give this a try? And little by little, sure, you know, a little bit here, a little bit there, and next thing you know, I'm calling NBA games.
And we know coaches are so prepared. It comes out in your broadcast. I'm sure you have the same mindset toward broadcast that you did coaching.
Well, I think, you know, if you're going to have any kind of success in life, it's about how much are you willing to pour into what you do. And because the game has always meant so much to me, you know how it is. We don't consider what we do work.
Right. Preparation
is fun. Watching games is fun. Calling games is fun.
Well, it comes out in your broadcasts. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Al Jefferson is now well known for his footwork, but he says he was a willing student when he first broke into the league. He said, when I got to Boston, I stole Paul Pierce's ball fake. In Minnesota, Tom Gugliotta used to kick my butt every day in practice with his turnaround jumper, so I stole that. Everyone I go against, if I like something they do, I steal it, put it in my own form. Kevin?
Imitation, the highest form of flattery. Thanks, D.A. Unloads from 13. That's short off the rim.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And Holiday kicks to Rose. Feeds it to Lee. Shot clock at 6. Porzingis can't hit. Pacers trail by 11. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And Turner kicks to Brooks. And too long on the shot. Knicks shooting at 50% in a decent groove. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Here's Porzingis, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
You know, what's interesting about Porzingis is, yes, was there an adjustment period in terms of his NBA career? No question. But he had a very good grasp of the culture when he came over, and he loves the American lifestyle. He's got the slang down. He's a very outgoing guy.
Two shots.
First one falls for him. And the culture shift for a lot of players coming from overseas, Doris, can just be an added task. But for Porzingis, it might have made things easier.
I just love how Porzingis approaches everything, and it fits right in with what the fans want to hear. There's a confidence and a brashness that he plays with that quickly had fans flocking to him. You know, he's got the perfect personality and embraces the culture of sport. So it's hard to think that he won't be a beloved player for all of his playing days. You know, it's been hard for him to find the range this quarter, but I do like his aggressiveness.
A drive by Lee. Second chance effort over Brooks. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here.
The second person for the team.
And the Pacers really, for so long, kind of defined that old school plotting defensive-oriented team, and then they just flipped the script last season. I mean, completely reinventing themselves, playing much of that season with 4 perimeter players on the court and finding ways to be successful at doing it.
Young with no one around. No good with the triple.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Early in the second quarter, that's already his second foul. He's going to have to play under control now.
The Knicks have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far.
And as a team, excellent. A season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Paul George. Both shots good from the stripe. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes.
Timeout.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game.
Started.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Robinson, so he gets the whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. So many times basketball can imitate life and vice versa. Doris, what life lessons have you learned through playing basketball?
I would tell you it's shaped every phase of my life, Kevin. It taught me work habits necessary for success. It taught me that my success very often is contingent on the success of people around me. that it's important that I'm pulling in the same direction as the people who are trying to lead me. It's also brought me some of the best friendships in my life. So basketball has meant just about everything it could to someone.
Well said. Well said. And he's good on the second.
And guys, I grew up in the New York area during the Knicks' heyday. There was nothing better than watching Patrick Ewing do his thing in the proud Knicks jersey.
Rose passes to Hernan Gomez. And a wide open look for Lee. And the Knicks miss again. Pacers trail by 16. Miles with it. He's picked up by Lee. Here's Brooks. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And Doris, in the Patrick Ewing era, it was more of a physical game. And of course, you played Big East basketball as a point guard. Did you like to play a physical ball game?
You know what I'd like to see in the current NBA, Kevin? I didn't necessarily love the hand-to-hand combat of the 1990s era, but I also would like to see it be allowed to be a bit more physical than it is in today's day and age. Meet me in the middle, Kevin, and I'll be a happy woman.
That free throw, no good. The Knicks making a switch here. Noah's checked in. And the second free throw, good.
You know, Jeff Hornacek was the man chosen to lead this Knicks team during their coaching search. You know, you think about it, they took a look at several names in and out of the organization, but Hornacek ended up being their guy. It seemed like they felt Hornacek didn't get a fair shake and is underrated as a coach.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Oh, no doubt. They've struggled to defend with any kind of effectiveness. That's why they're so far off the pace.
And with Hornacek being available in the first place, he was previously coach of the Suns, but was let go amidst the chaotic season that the Suns went through last year.
Hey, Kevin, the feeling around the league was that Hornacek was just part of a bad situation in Phoenix, and glad to see him get a chance to show what he can do with the New York Knicks. You knew he'd get another chance after finishing so high in Coach of the Year voting in his rookie year of coaching.
Now here is Holiday. 18 points separating the teams. That's the biggest lead of the game. Right side, Porzingis. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's on Thaddeus Young.
It sure did seem like the Knicks were really wedded to the idea of playing the triangle. And you wonder, with the hiring of Coach Jeff Hornacek, it seems like they're pivoting to a more flexible approach. He really was a surprise pick, though. People didn't see this coming.
2 shots.
First one falls for him. And Doris, when you look at Jeff Hornacek, how does he fit this Knicks team?
Well, I think, Kevin, they say they hired him because of his intellect for the game, and certainly he was a cerebral player in his day, a great shooter. The Knicks have been a below average in three-point attempts in terms of the new trend. I expect him to open that up a bit more.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Boy, showing a lot more aggressiveness now after making 0 trips to the line in the first quarter.
Robinson kicks to Turner. Dishes to Jefferson. And Lee pulls it down. The Knicks leading by 20. Here's Porzingis. And it's Miles with the rebound.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
No, and it looked like he got a bit ahead of himself and just couldn't pull back.
Now here's Teague. 6 to shoot. Kicks it to Turner. Another shot, and Jefferson with the lay-in. Jefferson's got 5 now.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
Here's Rose. Pass to Porzingis. The 17-footer. And it falls over the rim and in. 13 points in the game.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Outside Jefferson. Outside Turner. And Miles kicks to Teague. Porzingis with the block.
You know, when you drive the lane, you have to know where Porzingis is, because with his reach, he can sneak up and send that shot away anytime.
I read somewhere Jeff Teague said that if he wasn't an NBA player, he'd be a battle rapper.
Well, that's a pretty unique answer, and I know he likes to battle when he's out on the floor. So Teague is also a big sneakerhead, as they're called, has a huge collection of those as well.
And so Teague hits 2 free throws.
And when you think of attack guards, ones who get into the lane at will, Jeff Teague certainly comes to mind. I mean, a great athlete, and it all starts for him with dribble penetration.
Rose dishes to Noah. Stolen by Miles. 3-pointer. And Lee pulls it down. Lee's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
You know, after draining a three-pointer in the first, he's been unable to capitalize since.
And talking about Teague, once he blows by defenders, he can hurt you in a number of ways.
Yeah, I mean, a great drive and dish playmaker. Owns a nice little teardrop. He's also gotten better at drawing contact and working himself to the line.
If he were shooting even a little better, they would have a much bigger lead.
Here's the screen. Down low. Stolen by Noah. The feed now to Holiday. Outside Rose. Picked by Lee. Noah with a screen on Teague. Rose kicks to Lee. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession. For the Knicks, Thomas comes in for Justin Holiday, and it's Jennings in for Rose. In Indiana with a change here too, Lavoy Allen's checked in for Miles Turner. Pacers trail by 18, and so the timeout taken by Nate McMillan here.
Started.
Anthony's checked in for Porzingis. Outside Teague. He dishes it to Jefferson. From down low. This is his second trip to the line in this one. And he knocks down the first one. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for New York. And he can't hit the second. The Knicks leading by 17. Here's Lee outside. Lee with another miss. And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And 5 turnovers here. He set his team back on the offensive end.
And O'Quinn kicks to Lee. Some nice passing by New York here. Here's Anthony. It's rebounded by Indiana. Jefferson's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Miles the pass to Teague. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Well, Jeff Teague, one of the more calm players at the line, always looks to be in control.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
A year ago, he had an 84% success rate on his foul shots, so he was a guy they were always happy to see at the line.
That free throw missing. He hits the second from the line. The Knicks leading by 16. Jennings kicks to O'Quinn. He feeds it to Lee. And there's the foul. It goes on C.J. Miles. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2.
At the line for your Knicks, Carmelo Anthony. Taking 2 shots.
2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
You know, that's an interesting point about Carmelo, one of the most prolific free throw shooters in the history of the game. Spends a lot of time at the stripe.
And Anthony drops them both. Pacers trail by 18. And here is Teague. 6 points for him. In the corner, Miles with it. Screen by Jefferson. Allen dishes to Miles. 5 on the clock. Pulls up, high post, and nothing but air on that one.
Ooh, his shot is way off. Someone else is going to have to step up scoring-wise if they're going to be competitive.
Thomas kicks to Anthony. And it's in there. Anthony's got 14 points for the game.
That attack mentality like he does so often. Melo just putting on an offensive clinic here.
Allen passes to Teague. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Went with the teardrop, and the timing had to be just right on the release, and it was.
There's a good screen. Jennings for 3. Sinks the three-pointer. Jennings has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Boy, that's the wrong man to leave wide open in three-point territory. He makes them pay.
Outside Jefferson. 17-foot shot on the way.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Jennings kicks to Thomas. Pass to Anthony, 11 feet away, and the Knicks getting another bucket right there.
You know, that's what he does so well, and why Melo is such a reliable scorer.
Timeout called the Pacers.
Guarded.
The Knicks making a switch here. Noah's checked in. The Pacers also with a sub. George is checked in. And so here is Indiana. Outside Teague. Robinson sets a screen for Teague. Screen by Jefferson. And George kicks to Jefferson. Offline from the high post.
You know, in most situations, coach is okay with him taking that shot, even if it doesn't go in.
Now here's Jennings. Noah the screen. Back to Thomas. Lock at 6. The dish to Carmelo. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Anthony's got 18 points.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
T kicks to Miles. Looking to end the run. That's good from Teague on the assist from Miles. Teague's got 7 points for the quarter.
I don't know how Teague was able to hit that shot. Defender right on him, but still drains the jumper.
Lee outside. It's rebounded by Indiana.
His shot's off, but they're still winning. So hats off to his teammates for picking up the slack.
They set the pick. Miles dishes to George. He's made one and missed one so far in the game.
And last season, 86% from the line. So he's always had that calm presence at the line, no matter the situation.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
And he knocks down the first one. He's perfect from the line this time. 1:09 left to play here in the half. Picked by Lee. Outside Jennings. The shot comes out. Great D that time from Teague. Pacers trail by 21. Jefferson kicks to George. Here's Miles. Knocks down the 10-footer. Miles has got 5 points so far. New York's gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%, but they've continued to let him fly. Noah with a screen on George. There's Jennings with the 3. Jennings can't get that one to fall. Indiana's gone 0 of 3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. In the corner, it's Robinson. He kicks it to Miles. Robinson passes to Miles. 3 on the clock. Lets it go with a 3. Carmelo Anthony grabs the board. From deep. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Knicks lead by 19. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Derek, how's it feel to be back on the floor again?
It feels good, man, especially playing with my teammates. We have new teammates. We're just trying to come out here and just play hard and compete.
Good to see you back out here, Derek. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
First half in the books. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Welcome back as we break down all the action. A stellar first half for Carmelo Anthony. He had 18 points, 5 assists, and 1 steal. He has bounced back nicely from what was a tough night for him in their last game. Judging by that first half, he's back to his old self again. Taking a look at the Knicks, Kenny, what'd you think?
They're going right to the rim, finishing every chance they get. The D was helpless trying to stop them and beating them inside. I love the relentlessness and the aggressive style. This is how you impose your will on another team.
Shaq, your take on Indiana.
That was very undisciplined half of basketball they just played. You can see it in all the points they gave up at the free throw line. Listen, I don't mind the aggressive attitude, but they took it too far with all the silly, crazy fouls.
And that about wraps it up, as the second half is just moments away. Now down to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew, and we will see you after the game, won't we?
Yes, we will.
Yes, we will.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. Carmelo Anthony really has his fingerprints all over this one.
I tell you what, it's a pleasure to watch him when he's at the helm, because of that first half, offensively, he was in a zone.
No doubt. I mean, dictating the pace, setting his teammates up for quality looks. He was in complete command.
And so it's New York with it. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Melo and Porzingis, the two stars at the forward spots. Rose is out there with Lee, and it's Noah in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Noah. 2 shots.
That free throw missing. And GA, after being such a fixture in the city of Chicago and for so long, Joakim Noah signing with his hometown team, the Knicks, in the last offseason, a bit of a bittersweet end of his time with the Chicago Bulls. A lot of moving parts in his time with Chicago.
Yeah, and, you know, his playing time had dwindled, and it was just, I think, in everyone's best interest for him to move on. It's a great fit in New York, both with the team and the pulse of the city. Clearly was still valued highly around the league, as it took a sizable contract to put him in that Knick uniform.
Pacers trail by 20. And there's George. That's good on the assist by T. George has got 5 now.
Just great use of the rim to shield the defender from the ball and finish on the reverse.
Anthony against George. Anthony dishes to Rose. Sinks the triple. He has 7.
And Rose has shown himself capable of knocking down that 3 when he's got some daylight.
Screen by Young. Teague drives in. It's rebounded by Noah. Noah's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Anthony in the corner. Noah the screen. Anthony kicks it to Noah. Outside Anthony. Just 5 to shoot. And there's the pass to Noah. The wide open look here for Porzingis. Good, and a nice assist from Noah. 16 points for Porzingis. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
And they need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And the basket is good.
You know, the accuracy on that assist was perfect. He hit him in the dead run, exactly where it needed to be.
And it's out of bounds to the Knicks as New York retains possession. Rose passes to Lee. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
That's his first personal foul.
And this will be his second and third shots to the line here.
84%. That's what he was able to convert on a season ago from the line.
No good on that one. Good on the second free throw. The Pacers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Outside, George. Turner with the screen for George. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That's foul number 2 for him.
Checking in for your Knicks, Hernan Gomez.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. T dishes to Turner. Clock at 4. Count it from 12. Turner's got 4 points in the quarter.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
New York leading by 21. Now Rose. He has 7. Passes it to Porzingis. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's on Thaddeus Young.
That's an example of the release point being so high the defender has no options. You just don't see that many players Porzingis' size, 7'2", 7'3", who can stroke the jumper the way he can.
That one is off. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Indiana. Good on the second free throw. Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
Starting.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Pulls up on the elbow, and that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Miles has got 7.
Boy, excellent start to the second half. They've missed just once in 5 attempts.
Feeds to Lee. The kick out to Rose. George against Anthony. Gets the front of the rim and out. Pacers trail by 20. And George kicks to T. Dishes it to Miles. George, that's a 2-pointer. And again, it's Indiana converting.
You know, this guy's always steady. You appreciate how consistent he is offensively every trip down.
Back to Rose. Some nice passing by New York here. There's a screen. Fires from the wing. Porzingis can't hit. Pacers have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency. Teague, the pass to Turner. Releases from 15. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Turner's got 6 in the quarter.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Lee kicks to Anthony. Again, the miss by Anthony. And here's Indiana. They're on a 10-2 run here. Teague against Rose. Porzingis with the steal. And now the Knicks on the break. The 17-footer. Takes a big height bounce and goes in. Porzingis has got 19 points.
Yeah, Porzingis so good at squaring up his body when he pulls up for that mid-range jumper.
Robinson with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Robinson kicks to Turner. Comes up empty down low. The Knicks leading by 18. Outside Anthony, pulls up. Justin Holiday's checked in for New York.
Checking in for your Knicks, Justin Holiday.
Pacers trail by 18. Left side Turner, 14 feet away. Again, the miss by Turner.
Sometimes you've got to get right in the shooter's grill to bother him, and that's what they did to him.
Holiday dishes to Rose. To the inside. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And that was the play to make. Rose making the right read.
T kicks to Miles. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. And that'll be his third foul so far. Turner with the screen. T kicks to Turner. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
Boy, the defense did not make it easy for him, even though it was a solid attempt.
Anthony right side. To the paint. It's stolen by T. Out to the right wing. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. That's good. And so Teague with the assist. Teague's got his fourth assist in this one. Holiday against Robinson. Screen by Porzingis. The three from Anthony. The Pacers pull it in. Turner's got 7 rebounds in the game.
He's obviously still trying to find the range. No success this quarter. You wonder what it would take to get him to pass the ball.
Now here is Robinson. He's got 8. Outside for Miles. 5 to shoot. Drains it from beyond the arc. Miles has got 10 points in the game.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Lee kicks to Holiday. Outside Rose. And the Knicks miss again. Here's Indiana now. They're on a 15-6 run.
And the one thing about Rose is that, you know, he can still get up for the big matchups. Whenever he faces another great point guard, he seems to play at his best level and loves to push himself and is willing to step up to the challenge. Let's just hope that he can eventually get back to that all-star caliber presence he had just a few years ago.
The Pacers making a switch here. Jefferson's checked in. And with Rose and his injuries, it's not easy for him to put in a work day every day. But as you said, he can light it up on the big stage.
And that is why he's such a threat. Even with his numbers being somewhat diminished, Rose knows what it takes to be a successful player at the highest level. You only wish he wasn't robbed of so much of his game due to injury.
And Jefferson gets it to go.
And Teague knew that he would be open there. Great patience and vision from the point man.
New York leading by 14. And Holiday kicks to Anthony. Tries from 10. The shot will not fall. And it's the Pacers taking it the other way. Outside, George. And it's slammed in by T.
And sometimes when you want something done, you got to do it yourself. That dunks the shot in the arm they need to really cut into that lead.
Well, Greg, it's certainly got everybody on their bench up and off their seats and cheering.
Throwing it down that emphatically energizes the whole team, and that can be a huge shift in momentum.
Here's Teague following the basket by Kristaps Porzingis. Teague the pass to George. To the left side wing. Some nice passing here by Indiana. from deep. Offensive rebound. It's good. 13 points for Miles Turner.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
And Holiday kicks to Anthony. There's the pick. And it's Anthony again missing.
Not a quarter to remember as far as his offense is concerned.
You know, it feels like he's forcing things, getting a little frustrated by not letting the game come to him. You can't blame him for this deficit on the scoreboard. This guy's been consistent as always.
Kicks it to Holiday. Outside Jennings. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Anthony. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
You know, that's part of any great scorer's arsenal, the ability to create contact and get to the line.
This will be his 5th trip to the free throw line.
And a lot of his points coming by way of the free throw.
And the first one at the line is good. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Porzingis. Young's checked in for Indiana. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. And for Thaddeus Young, extremely effective last season after signing a 4-year, $50 million contract. Definitely made an effort to earn that money.
And for a guy who didn't operate much out of the post, he still took high percentage shots. You saw the hustle, his ability to rack up steals, the improved rebounding. He moves his feet well enough to play the 3 and worked on his strength enough to where he can also play the 4.
Pass to Hernan Gomez. Noah in the post. Young's there, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Young, and so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. Glenn Robinson, the third, is checked in for Thaddeus Young.
2 shots.
That free throw, no good. So he can't get either to fall.
And missing opportunities here to extend that lead at the free throw line this half. Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
That's an excellent finish on the break, getting all the way to the cup for an easy one.
Now here is Holiday. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And here's Anthony from the arc. It's not going to go for him. Excellent D there from George. T kicks to George. .152 left to play in the third.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
And here are the Pacers now. They're on a 17-6 run. Holiday against Robinson. Robinson a screen on Jennings. From deep, Miles. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got 6 assists now in the game. Jennings kicks it to Noah. It's back to Jennings. The feed to Noah. Anthony right side. 13 feet away. And he hits the jump shot. Anthony's got 21 in the game.
Yoo-hoo! Skip that bounce pass into the perfect spot for the assist.
Teague dishes to Turner. Rebounded by Anthony. Anthony's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Jennings kicks it to Noah. It's back to Jennings. To the paint. Here's Hernan Gomez. It's rebounded by Indiana. Turner's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Miles the pass to Teague. on that shot. With that, the Knick lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Turner.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Now here's Anthony. He's got 21. And it's Anthony again missing.
Clock is clearly on their side.
Yeah, they can make this the last possession of the quarter if they're smart about it.
George with the ball. He's got 7. Turner with the screen. From deep. A shot missing. And we've reached the end of the third. New York ahead, up by 6. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. And so it's Indiana with it. They trail by 6. And a look at the 5 for the Pacers to start the fourth quarter. Teamed out there with Robinson. Then it's Paul George. And there's Miles Turner. And it's Miles in at the power forward position. The Knicks shooting 41% for the game. Rose kicks to Porzingis. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. That's 28 points for Porzingis.
Simply crushing it right now. So much more accurate in the second half than he was in the first.
Turner with a screen for Robinson. Back to Turner. Outside for Miles. From outside off the mark.
Solid rebound there. And with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Lee gets the bucket. Here's Robinson. Here's the screen. Outside Teague. Shot clock at 5. From downtown. Hands it from downtown.
And they've really gotten on track here in the second half. After that shaky start, the field goal percentage steadily climbing. They couldn't make anything in that first break.
Rose, no good. Pacers trail by 7. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Jennings against Robinson. To the paint. Here's George. And George with the stuff.
Boy, did an excellent job to hit the moving target with the lead pass. That was simply perfectly placed.
Porzingis kicks to Rose. Turner with the steal. Teague against Rose. Turner with the screen. To the middle. It's tipped. And it's Lee, that time on the assist by Jennings. Jennings has got his 5th assist in this one. Pacers trail by 7. Robinson kicks to Turner. Turner with a screen on Rose. Teague drives in. from 18 feet away. Rejected by Teague.
And who would have thought it would be Teague to send that shot away? Great block.
Robinson kicks to George. And the foul called on Porzingis. That'll be his second foul of the game. Teague, a screen on Rose. In the corner, Miles with it. On the wing, George. Covered by Lee. Shot clock at 3. Puts up a 3. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Robinson against Rose. To the inside. Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
When things come together for Porzingis, he can be too much to handle for any defender.
Turner with the screen for Teague. He dishes it to Turner. Turner with the screen. The shot by George, no good.
Hey, the defense is content to let him prove he can make that shot, and so far, he cannot.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
The line for Knicks. Kristaps Porzingis. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. The Knicks making a switch here. Anthony's checked in. That one misses. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it.
Pacers ball.
Pacers trail by 10. Robinson with it. And Rose picks him up defensively. Derrick Rose grabs the miss.
He just didn't have enough strength to complete that shot.
Sinks it. And the shot from Porzingis. Porzingis has got 33 points.
Well, if he's going to pick a time to pile up the points, this is it. He looks completely in rhythm heading down the stretch.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
The Knicks leading by 12. Now the dish to Carmelo. From the baseline. Here's Hernan Gomez. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Shooting from New York. Hernan Gomez. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. And so he makes both from the line. Pacers trail by 14. Down low. They need this one. Hernan Gomez grabs the miss.
That's what we call good defense in the paint. Worth its weight in gold.
Yeah, he has the innate ability to change shots. What a competitor.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Here's T. After New York gets the 3. In the corner, George with it. Turner with a screen for George. Not enough on that one as it misses.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat. Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
That free throw good from Porzingis. Pacers trail by 20. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
And they need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Looking to end his cold spell. That doesn't go either for George.
You know, they're trying to battle back, but he's missing shots this period.
He gets that one. Porzingis has got 38 points.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
George against Anthony. And here's George. Shot clock at 6. And now the fast break. Anthony with the ball. Shots good by Hernan Gomez.
And the big lead becomes bigger. They are playing with purpose here tonight, guys.
You know, you'd be hard-pressed to find an area that's been a weak spot for them. Across the board, this has been a dynamic performance.
In the corner, it's Robinson. Poked away. Miles dishes to Turner. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
And, you know, you can feel the desperation right now. They're starting to lose their composure offensively.
You know, and this is where your leaders need to step up. They need to force a shift in the tide.
Now, here's Miles. Back to Teague. There's the screen. They need this. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Robinson against Lee. And Courtney Lee gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor. Indiana's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. The pass to Thomas. Outside Anthony. To the left wing. Baker passes to O'Quinn. Just 5 on the clock. And a miss there on the triple. And Indiana's shooting has been wayward so far. Only 37% from the floor. Brooks kicks to Allen. He feeds it to Stuckey. 3-pointer. It's hauled in by Thomas. Thomas got rebound number 7 for him tonight. There's Baker. He kicks it to Carmelo. Count it from 12. Anthony's got 25 points in the game.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Brooks dishes to Jefferson. To end the drought. Off the left rim and out.
I love the anticipation defensively there to get into the perfect spot.
Here's Baker. Back to Anthony. All alone. He squares up and sinks it. 27 points for him.
And no problem that time for one of the league's all-time great scorers. And you know, one thing you admire about Carmelo's game is that he's got a variety of ways to score. Most of the time, it's pretty to watch.
Now here's Stuckey. It's deflected. Outside Jefferson. Just his first attempt. Allen's shot is off. The Knicks shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Inside. Baker passes to Carmelo. That shot misses. And Indiana will go the other way with it. To the inside. Thomas against Allen. Corner shot. Anthony's shot is off. Indiana moving it around. Screen by Jefferson. No good that time. Anthony with the defensive effort. New York's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the fourth. Outside Thomas. Pass to Vujicic. 6 to shoot. Thomas kicks to Vujicic. Pass to Baker. Lets it go with a 3. It's rebounded by Indiana. Jefferson's got 8 rebounds in this game. Back to O'Quinn, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jefferson. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for New York. Jennings comes in for Sasha Vujicic.
Brandon Jennings.
Here's Jennings. Feeds to Noah. Now O'Quinn. Here's Baker. Drills the three-pointer.
Found a little room behind the arc and didn't wait around. He just let it fly right in your eye.
What a way to do it. Here's Brooks. Basket is good. The assist from Stuckey.
That's picture-perfect timing on that play on the part of both the passer and the cutter.
Brooks against Jennings. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
The line for your Knicks, Joakim Noah. 2 shots.
No good on that one. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. Indiana's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Now here's Brooks. Screen by Jefferson. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for New York.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category. And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Kristaps Porzingis.
Well, he had the kind of performance that showcases all of the firepower he's got in his arsenal and played effective and impressive the entire night.
Here's Noah. Aaron Brooks picking up that last basket. To the middle. It's tipped. Noah with a screen on Brooks. O'Quinn dishes to Noah. It's stolen by Jefferson. Here's Stuckey. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks.
And this run not really doing them any good at this point, as late as it's starting to evolve.
Well, they know they've lost this one, but this is still valuable time to try and work out some of their issues.
There's Baker. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. 5 to shoot. Dishes it to O'Quinn. Off target with his 3. Stuckey outside. So no problem for New York as they get the win. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Joe. Nice win tonight. What was your team's attitude coming into the game?
Yeah, we played hard tonight. We're getting better. We just got to keep going. You know, it's a work in progress, and you know, we just got to keep fighting, and get as many W's as possible.
Well, the trend line is looking good so far right now, Joe. Thanks again. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thanks, Kevin. Now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game. Kristaps Porzingis took the second half of this game by storm. Time and time again, he came up with huge plays for his team.
Listen, he shot lights out from the floor, and not by accident. The job he did to find the open shots, get high percentage looks, was fantastic. And when he got those open looks, he don't miss, baby. He do not miss.
His whole game tonight operating on another level, Ernie. And he wasn't just allowed to do whatever he wanted to do. He earned it. That's where the pride kicked in.
And that's it for tonight. But we've got a whole new NBA season ahead of us. For Shaquille O'Neal, for Kenny the Jet Smith, for Kevin Harlan, wherever he might be, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again very soon.